Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. Inside this box, we've been waiting a long time for this. Check it out. Look at this presentation. It's way in here when we reveal the brand new LEMFO LEM7. Yes, running Android 7. And a whole lot more comes to us from Banggood. Thank you guys. They really, this is like skimmed off of the top when they got their shipment and rushed it out. And I'm rushing it to the top of the list. You're seeing this right away because this is the hottest new technology going. LEMFO LEM7, available from the buying link down below. Look for a coupon discount. Might take a couple of days for me to get it set up. I usually set it up after I get them and I do the review, but we're doing this review the day it came in. It's so fresh I can still smell the Shenzhen air inside the box. LEMFO LEM7, Android 7, 16 gigabytes with 1 gigabyte of RAM. Look at this puppy. Supports all these bands. Will it do 4G calling in your area? We'll find out later in another review. This is an unboxing and a quick first look. You've got a 400 by 400 2-megapixel camera, 580 milliamp hour battery, but that's not all. Wait till you see the surprise inside. You get about 2 days worth of standby time, they say, and a full 24 hours of usage time. We're expecting you guys as you get them and use them to report on that and let us know. Long charging time though, 3 hours, but with the little goodie you see in the box, you can charge it up and use it with that thing too. Here's all the languages that are supported. And there's more. A page 2 showing it'll do all of your standard SIM stuff because you put in a SIM card. Sedentary monitoring, sleep monitoring. It's got activity monitoring. Yeah, it's got a full sports complement in here. This is going to be a fun watch. All of these things and the overall dimensions. Okay, let's pop it out of here. Can't wait. It's got a TPU band. Nice silicone, non-removable band. Look at that. It's got the charging port, the heart rate sensor, and a place to put your micro SD card. One button, a camera, and a microphone. And I guess a speaker's in here somewhere, probably underneath. And a little cover that we can, it says, please make sure you charge it fully. When I got it, it was 100% charged, so that was nice. Okay, we're going to pull that thing off and go deeper into the box, which is red felt lined. Really nice. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, and this. Now, in here, I've got this and this. This is your standard charging cable. Look, it's a regular micro USB, so anything you've got that's got micro USB will work to plug into, wait for it, this battery brick thing. Yeah, there's the connectors. The watch simply sits on top of it. You plug it in to charge. Oh, look at that. The blue light came on already. It's charging the watch directly. Keep that plugged in at your bedside at night. All you got to do is, wow, it's turning it on. All you got to do is drop it on here and it'll charge it up for you. Then grab it in the morning. 24 hours of use, they say, you're good to go. The LEMFO LEM7, love it. All right, it is booting up for us. Inside, we've got a couple of things. A little operations guide. Oh, you want to see it? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm blocking it. Yeah, there's that characteristic cool boot up thing going on. An operations guide and a manual in Chinese and English. And in the English manual, it looks like this. Now, again, we're running Android 7 in here, but the Android 7 implementation is very, very similar from what we've seen before with a few enhancements. So it's not like you're going to have to get used to a whole new operating system. It looks like it's going to be very comfortable, very familiar to what you've seen before. We want to run through the watch quickly, show you the layout of everything, and then go into everything in more detail for those of you who want to hang out and get the full immersion process. I go through these manuals quickly on the screen so you can freeze frame them and read them. I know you can't speed read it fast. It's kind of like the credits at a movie, but you are on YouTube. and you have that ability to freeze it. Okay, that's the manual, and we are booted up. We can set this aside too, and there is our first watch face. Wow, wow. How's it look on? Like that. Sweet, nice. Silver, I believe it's in black as well. Not too thick. A very attractive watch. Okay, I'm going to clear everything out, and let's go through the details of this watch. Get your running shoes on, because here we go. From this page to the right, in other words, the page just to the left is your notifications, your watch face, your app drawer of all of your apps, your fitness drawer with all of your fitness items, and that's it. Fitness, apps, watch face, notifications. With us? Okay. Swipe up. Your first dot is this overall one we've seen that shows you your time, your power level, your SIM card and whether it's in and whether you're Bluetooth connected or not with the date. And this page, very similar but slightly different. You have your brightness setting here. Very low, very, very low. Great night vision, half bright, and full bright is really super saturated bright. Look at that. You can barely make it out when the camera gets bloomed like that. I've got it in the middle. Here, you've got the quiet mode on or quiet mode off. So that's how you can silence it. So those two are up there now. This is your rotate your wrist to see the time, airplane mode, cellular data, location services, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi connections, all on this one page. Android 7. Now, this is fun. This is the new clean up everything. Tap it, and whoa, like a black hole, it sucks all that data out and regurgitates it away. This is your music player, which you usually used to see on the front level, but now it's up here at the top with 15 different levels of audio available. And one more swipe, covering up where I am, my location. Looks like it's going to be rainy today. I have my temperature in both centigrade and Fahrenheit currently, and the highs and the lows, and the date that it was last updated with a little update button that you can press. It can interrogate and update as necessary. Okay? And that's the fourth or fifth dot across the top. So you have this whole row of stuff there. You have this whole row of stuff there. And if you swipe up to this level, you got another row. Now, this is tied to your actual step count, which is different than all of the fitness activity stuff you can go into. It's a fitness watch, it's an Android watch, and it does basic pedometer. This is your daily history of your walking with settings that you can put in your weight, your height, metric, your target number of steps, male or female, and confirm that. Then when you swipe, you get your actual step count here, your distance in kilometers, and your calories burned. Can you switch that to English? I don't know yet. First look, we'll find out. But that's in here, and there's no more swiping. So you're at the bottom level. Here you are at the middle level. Here you are at the top level, and so on. So these two areas are where we got to go in. This is the fastest, easiest one. These are all of the actual timed activities that you can do, starting with an outdoor run. Now, before you hit go, you see all these other dots for pages? You can set a target duration. Do you want to run for 10 minutes? Or do you want to run for 3 kilometers? Or do you want to track your calories and do 200 calories worth of running? 3 different levels of alarms that you can set on here to be notified when you hit the go. No goal is set, you just go for it, right? Okay, that's the outdoor run, outdoor walk, same kind of targets, same thing. Then the indoor run does not use GPS, but you have duration, kilometers, and calories burned based on pedometer steps, probably. And then you've got a bike ride with duration, calories, and that's it. And playing basketball and all these other ones now, you have a duration goal and a calorie goal, and there's no distance for playing basketball or football or ping pong or badminton or jumping rope. I don't think it'll count number of times you jump rope. No, just calories and time on all of those last ones. That's all the stuff related to you're actually doing those activities, okay? It comes back again in a different format, so don't go away. Contacts, phone, and messaging are all tied to the SIM card. There's no Bluetooth calling on here yet that I can find, but if you have a SIM card installed, you can do all that standard stuff. Here's our settings. This is Android 7. It's a bit different. Not a lot, but a bit. In your sound, you have the media, alarm, and ring volume you can set there, and you can turn on vibration. You have the ringtones, notification tones, and alarm tones you can change. All looks the same so far. In your display area, you have a brightness level and your sleep that you can go with from 15 seconds to 30 minutes. Again, very similar, if not identical, to what we've seen in Android 5.1. Your app list style, you have the arc, which is what we're looking at, or the round. If I go back to round, you get this in terms of your pages of apps and how they're displayed with an analog clock in the middle. That's in the app style layout. I'm going to stick with arc, easier to use. Connection, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. You can do the Wi-Fi hotspot. USB, this is different. Charging the device, transferring files, transferring photos, and using the device as a MIDI. As a MIDI! Yeah! Wild! Android 7, new stuff. That'll be fun to play with. Airplane mode, GPS, those are all the same. Go into GPS, which we're going to need to do later, but we'll go ahead and turn it on, and it'll show you, of course, all the things that have been using it. And you could also have turned it on from that location services dot. Your gesture for screen on raising, twisting your arm to see the time, or turning on and off the pedometer services altogether. If you're not going to use all that stuff in the bottom row of tracking your steps daily and whatnot, turn that off, probably save you some battery. Speaking of saving battery, here's power savings. It has an intelligent power standby that should give you better battery life, and it also showing you your chart of how long your battery is going to last with your top used items. So far we just turned it on, only the screen. What are your battery hungry apps, and you can take care of those if you need to. For language and input, we have these supported languages. Notice there's only one language, and I can add languages to the list. You can actually have more than one language on here. Here's German and Spanish and French and so forth. All these other languages are available. Notice English isn't there because it's already been pre-selected. So let's take Espanol, and I've added it to the list. And if I wanted it to be primary, I can flip these around. This is all new in Android 7, or at least in this watch. Got two different languages supported now. There's a spell checker that's not installed, but you can use the default virtual keyboard, and your text-to-speech output is in here as well. Your date and time is basic, standard, automatic. You can automate the time zone. You can go into AM and PM or 24-hour, reset the equipment, uninstall any installed applications, of which these are the extras that they've given you, which appear to be uninstallable. Wow, a lot of those look like stock things. You don't want to be deleting these. You're going to have to do a factory restore if you do. But they're there. And then a more button, and finally an about the watch. We'll go to more in a second after you see that this is the LEMFO LEM7 running Android 7.0. I know, I'm hoarse. I was doing reviews this morning, but then this came in. I have to get this one done. I'm sorry. Okay, kernel version. That's what you're going to want to look at for your firmware update to compare your watch with this one to see who's got the newest one. There's a build number down there as well, and that's all about the watch. Should be a wireless update. It does have the push update capability. If there's anything waiting after you're on Wi-Fi, it'll push an update to you. And that might be happening since we've got a whole new technology going on here. In the more, I have accounts where I can add different kind of accounts, like I guess your Google account. Yeah, here it's the standard page you see for setting up your Google account, which you're definitely going to want to do for access to the Play Store and Maps and everything else. Google Play Services. Now, when you mess around in here, you're messing around with your whole Google account for your phone and your tablet and everything else. But you actually have access to your Google Play Services settings right there. Overall storage, 1,449 megabytes device storage. Here it's showing you your internal memory. We don't have SIM card capability or SD card capability, so only that's showing up. RAM, 635 megabytes being used of our total 1 gigabyte. All this is new. We haven't seen these displays before. There's notifications for your installed apps. How cool is that? I guess you can go into any of them, go into overriding Do Not Disturb, and it'll push through that information even if you're in Do Not Disturb mode. Then your app settings, app permissions. Notice this is all that upper level Android stuff that you've got where you need to go in and create permission approvals and whatnot. That's hiding in there. There's your data saver, unrestricted data access, and DuraSpeed. DuraSpeed. Anybody know what that is? Wow, okay, it's on. And there's apps that you can select and turn on. Wow, okay. Very interesting. That is your settings, okay? Then we get into browser. That's just a stock browser in here. Downloads, just the downloads area. Calendar is just your basic calendar, not the Google Calendar. All that's similar. Clocks is where you would set your alarm clocks if you want to. Then you got the camera and the gallery. I'll come back. The music is your music player for installed music on the watch, not tethered music from an app. Your basic sound recorder. Oh, I don't want to hear how hoarse I am. Okay, hello everybody. It says I'm recording, but there's no little indicator knob or a flashing light or anything to say how well it's doing. But I am recording, and I'm going to stop it now. And I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go to the recording list, and I'm going to play it.
Hey, hello everybody. It says I'm recording, but there's no little indicator knob.
Nice.
Flashing light or anything to say how well it's doing. But I am recording, and I'm going to stop it now.
Cool. Very loud, comparatively, easy to hear. I think you guys can hear it. Of course, I'm shouting, so I'm way louder than what the watch would be, but it's hearable. It's great. Nice sound recorder. The file manager is where you can see what you've got available for space to put things on here, and very little is used in bloatware on this watch. Here's your heart rate monitor. We'll come back to that and check it in a more advanced review. Your fitness area, there you go. Now look, we have all those things we had on that third page over, past the apps, but laid out differently. Look, an outdoor run, outdoor walk. This is kind of the graphic representation we've seen with other watches. And it looks like they took all of this, stripped out the backgrounds, and made it linear because it's the same things. When we just scrolled across. So if I go into outdoor run, I got the same targets. So exactly the same thing here, folks, as here, right? There's that, here, that, and that, all on that middle level. And fitness is the same thing as scrolling over there if you want it to look pretty. I'm going to go back into weather because I want to show you that when we're in here, wow, there. Notice something different? Yeah, it's a totally different day. I had to take a break. I'm back with you guys, though, and here is the weather, and I wanted to show you that when you go over here, you also get the AccuWeather forecast for the next several days. And that is the built-in app, which is different than when you just scroll across and you only get that one display. Okay. From weather, we go into this thing called voice search. Now, you don't even need to put in your Google account for this thing to work. What is the weather like in Beijing, China?
It's 70 degrees and cloudy in Beijing.
Did you hear that? 70 degrees and cloudy. And it comes back with the Google response. So you have the full access to the voice search. If you don't even have a Google account, you don't even need to put any of that stuff in. Of course, if you do have, you're going to get much more detailed information contoured to all the data it's collected on you. Now, of course, the Google Play Store is the standard Play Store. If you've logged in with your Google account, you can download all your Android apps. And Google Maps is in here as well. And then there's this section called Assistant. Now, that's not the Google Assistant, mind you. This is the assistant for tethering to the WiiWi Watch app on your phone. The connect the phone, brings up the QR code that you can scan to get access to it, to download it, or just go directly to the Google Play Store. When you do that and you're tethered, you have remote capture capabilities, so you can take a picture with the button on the watch from the image on your phone. You have music control to play the music on your phone, from your watch, play the music on your phone, or find your device. It'll make a noise and help you locate your phone. There's an operator's guide and a translator section. These are all brand new. The operator's guide is kind of a quick little Q&A that you can go into and have it answer these specific questions in very short onboard answers that they've provided for you. And then the translator is something completely new and different, and we'll have to do a whole separate thing on this once I figure it out. It appears you can speak to it and have it translate, or type and it'll translate. Take a picture, perhaps it'll translate what it sees in the picture when it finds words in your language, or set it up for a conversation. This is where it gets really fun. And this is all brand new. Like I said, you can join and set up the conversation where you can talk and have it translate back and forth live with somebody. So if you travel, this might be the watch for you, as long as the cell connectivity will work for you, or you're always hanging out in a Wi-Fi zone. And that's translator. So we've covered all of those aspects, and the one thing we skipped over, we wanted to go back and take a look at, was the camera. Here we go. Inside the camera, you can take pictures or you can do video. And I actually have done both of those. There's my hand wiggling off camera right there. Here is the little button you can push to see the things that you've already recorded. I've got a little video segment with audio on here where I was holding the little power brick, and it sounds like this.
Start there. It's clicking at the top. Now we're taking a little horizontal, vertical video of the little charging dock that comes with the LEMFO LEM7.
Did you hear that? Pretty loud, actually. I'm very impressed with the audio quality that's coming out of a video recorder from here. And here's a picture. And the reason I took this picture was to show you how you zoom. Unfortunately, it does not have multi-touch support, so you can't pinch and zoom. One of the earlier LEMFO watches did have that, but they haven't carried it through. What they do provide for you is a double tap to enlarge one level, a double tap again to enlarge it a little bit more, and then a double tap takes you back. So you have 2 levels of zoom and a return, but you really don't have the ability to pinch and zoom, which is unfortunate because that would be pretty darn cool. Perhaps in another version, but this is the newest Android 7 implementation. So those are all of the stock apps that come with it. This is the LEMFO LEM7, and it's available from Banggood. These guys are great. They sent this out right away. They do have them in stock. This was from their main shipment that just came in. Look in the show notes for a buying link to pick it up, and hopefully a discount coupon. Give me a few days to get that whole thing arranged. And they may not have it right away. They might be putting it on flash sale. There might be all sorts of possibilities, but I think we can beat that price if you're a little patient with us. You've been watching Smartwatch Tics. Thanks for your subscription. Thanks for checking out this brand new watch and all its new technology. We will be back to check out a whole bunch of more stuff like the 4G calling capability and the heart rate monitor and fitness. So don't go too far away. We'll see you soon. For those of you seriously interested in this watch, let's take a look at that operator's guide.